I need to add the word pissed to my dictionary on PIST. I have to add that to my Grammarly dictionary so it doesn't tell me that it's wrong. Okay. All right.
Grammarly, don't tell me how to spell pissed. I know how to spell pissed.
Don't you fucking try me, okay? I know what I wrote. There's a difference between pissed and pissed. Like, being pissed is an underlying, like, oh my god, I'm so pissed right now. When you're pissed...
You're about to fight John Cena.
You're pissed. You're about... No, you're not about to fight John Cena. I feel like it's like John Cena when, like, he finds out that one of his friends has been wronged, and also, like one of the Make-A-Wish kids is upset that he lost his last match. That's John Cena. That's pissed. He's fucking pissed. He's gonna do all of his finishers on you, and he's gonna make you tap out with the STF. That's how pissed he is. That's pissed.
I feel like that's just a regular John Cena match, honestly.
John Bradshaw Layfield, you made a sick kid cry.
Exactly.
Now I'm going to take you down in Super Slam.
Yeah, I feel like JBL would make John Cena pissed.
Yeah, he makes all of us pissed.
Yeah, he really does.
Well, yes, that's true. Hello, folks, and welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. It's episode 307? God damn.
Is it?
Is it? Or maybe it's 306.
I don't know.
Maybe I miscounted. The days and the weeks have begun to meld together. I don't know what day it is. I'm guessing it's Friday because we're recording.
This is literally the only anchor that I have to the days of the week, so thanks for that, John.
Yeah.
It's kind of loose for me, honestly. Like I was just like honestly, if we there is no honestly actually. I can barely keep track. Folks, I hope all of you listening are doing well out there. Staying safe, staying indoors, washing your hands, etc., etc., etc. But also taking care of yourself mentally. Probably you should be doing more than us because, again, I've just been waking up and eating and going back to sleep. And that's probably not something you should do. Probably
not.
No. But
I don't know. A lot of folks have been, just sleep for the day. That's not the worst thing now.
It's bad, though, because, like... I'm getting up at like 10 in the night now. It's not good.
Sometimes I like to sleep so long that I just end up flipping my schedule around.
Yeah, that's what's happened.
And then try to coast on through until it's the next day, you know?
But aren't you still like working though? Like, can't you work from home? You kind of have a schedule to keep.
I found out like 2 days ago or something that I think I can get a license for being a what's the term? A necessary worker or whatever? Yeah. Essential worker. Like, I can actually get a badge that says, yeah, I'm essential. Which, I don't know how or what, but, like, I just kind of want the badge.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Cop pulls me over, and I'm like, nope. I'm essential.
I'm essential.
And then I, like, wash my hands at their face.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah, things have been weird.
Yeah, they have.
Just working remote has been a whole trip and a half. But also giving Chromebooks is my job. Giving Chromebooks to kindergartners and first graders so that they can learn to sit still in Zoom meetings for the next, 8 to 10 weeks. Is kind of it's a perverse thing. And so we're going to be asking a lot out of our kindergarten industry right now.
Oh, God, that sounds awful, honestly.
Sorry, parents, you don't get any time away from your kids. You're going to be with them, watching them sit in front of the computer while the teacher tries to keep their attention. I had one of my students sent me a message today that said, hey, one of the kids fell asleep in class, so to wake them up, the teacher just told everyone to unmute their mics. So everyone unmuted their mics, and everyone just went... And then the kid woke up.
Great.
She was like, what?
I mean, that's problem solving, right? In a way.
I guess. But also, I gotta stand with the kid. Like, I stand with most people who fall asleep in class, because class is boring and school is fake. But now class is more boring than ever and faker than ever. We're literally teaching kids what it's like to sit in normal-ass business meetings.
Yeah.
Which might be the most applied knowledge I've ever heard, but also, it's so sad. Make summer longer.
Oh god. Well, they might wind up having like a 6-month summer at this rate. Oh god.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have not properly introduced ourselves. I have realized.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Yeah, video games.
John's talking here. This is John.
John, what's your hand washing song?
I don't have one. I just count. Which probably has revealed me to be some sort of sicko or something. Like, I feel like somebody heard that and was like, "Oh, I don't trust him. Oh, he's not okay. He's a murderer. He's a serial
there's
killer."
an honorable stoicness to just the quiet self-counting. 1.
I mean, I don't say it out loud. I just in my head count to 20. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
See, I feel like this has changed everyone's view of me. I feel like I've just frightened our listeners.
Hey, Niall, this guy doesn't count.
Yeah, this guy. John's a danger to us all. Well, he's not actually a danger to anyone because he's not leaving his house, so, it's probably fine.
Stop the fucking movie. This guy's counting to 20 in his head while washing his hands.
Niall, what's your counting song?
I usually just put on a grindcore playlist, because the average grindcore song is like 25 seconds long, so,
There you go.
And
what about
I'm
you,
here.
Solon?
Hey, what's up? God, I beat AI the Somnium Files last week, and now before I go to bed and after I wake up every single day, I just listen to the end song, which is Iris's theme song in the game that she sings, and so we just have a nice little chill hand washing song that in the middle they just randomly go, "Fight for your life and resist the pains of death," and I'm like, yeah.
Fucking yeah.
I mean, that's on point for what we're going through right now.
Yeah, it's just a, fun little song. It's nice and sweet. And then it's like, no, we're going to survive this. And I'm like, yeah, we are.
Yeah, it's, I guess we've all revealed the truth inside of us. There's many other truths inside of us, such as our opinions on video games. And I think we should begin to take a fucking speak on what's been going on there. I think we could just start off talking about the new game that came out. It just came out, so I don't think any of us have really gotten too much time. I haven't even fucking started it yet. But Niall, you have played a little bit of Resident Evil 3, the remake.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
I mean, I played 20 minutes of it, and then I had something come up and I had to get up and do other things around the house. So I've literally gotten up to the point where you meet Carlos. So that's 20 minutes. But so I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm really at a point where I can say anything definitive about it other than it looks nice and Nemesis wastes no time in getting there. You see him pretty much immediately, so that's good. Nemesis is very wet looking. I feel like is the thing about him here. He's very greasy looking. If that makes sense. Very shiny. I don't have a lot else to say. Carlos's hair is just.
His hair's out there, isn't it? It's all over the place.
It's wild looking. I feel like the Resident Evil games on the current engine they've been using since 7, the hair tech has been real, hit and miss, real bad in spots. But I feel like it's closer to hair than it has been. It's just bad hair, which I guess
close to hair.
Which I guess is
hair adjacent. I
guess that fits the late 90s. It's still. like it's still like better than any hair Triple H has ever had in a video game, which is good. So they're making progress at least on that. Yeah, I don't know what to say really about the game so far, because like I said, I literally played the intro sequence of it and that's it so far. But
so if we took the grease from Nemesis and applied it to Carlos's hair, could we get a respectable looking man out of Carlos?
I don't know. I feel like his hair is like, if you think about somebody who has like really thick hair and leaves it like, and they're like trying to grow it out, but like because it's so thick, it kind of just grows up in a way, you know, like it just kind of looks like shit. Like, so I don't think there's anything you could do for him until like short of cutting his hair, basically, I feel like is the only thing you can do to make that look respectable. There is, if you pre-order the game, you can have him have his old, like, classic haircut. So if you don't like looking at the big mop, you can change it to that. But I feel like it doesn't quite look right either on that character model that they made for him. So, you know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Does the hair add a lot of personality to Carlos? I know you literally just met him, but...
I would say it adds a little bit towards making him like extreme horny, like right away for Jill. Like he is like immediately like just hitting on her from the minute he sees her. So like I feel like the hair kind of contributes to that a little bit.
Like a Warner Brothers cartoon skunk is kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, but he's got like a rocket launcher and like that and a pistol. Like that's the difference, I feel like. Yeah, like I don't know. I really do want to play more of it. I really want to play some of Resistance, the asymmetrical game that came with it, because that by all accounts is actually pretty good. So I'm looking forward to trying that as well.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, haven't played enough to have an opinion on it, really. I know Rose has played it a good bit, and Ryan is also playing it, and they both seem to like it because it's apparently a lot more focused, and apparently much more action focused, and just less about exploring and more just like going through this environment in a more direct way, which kind of sounds like what I want right now, given that, you know, I kind of want to get through this before shit just gets bad next week and I'm locked up with Final Fantasy. But, yeah.
I was going to say, like, next week's podcast, if you're the Resident Evil fan, next week's podcast is going to be your time, because everyone who's playing FF7 will be gone. And that will leave pretty much only the Resident Evil crew to run the show. I
don't know if there's anybody on the site who isn't going to be playing Final Fantasy, though, is the thing.
Ooh.
Because I'm going to be playing it, Rose is going to be playing it, John is going to be playing it. I think you're probably going to be playing it. You like Final Fantasy.
I'm gone next week.
Yeah. Like, before this whole coronavirus thing had happened, like, I had booked the week after next week off from work so that I could stay home and play Final Fantasy all week. So yeah, I'm getting ready to lock myself up for that. That's actually why I wanted to be on this week, so that like because I'm not going to be on for the next little while.
That was my plan.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be here.
Thanks, John.
One-man show.
Don't you worry about that.
You'll be the Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll actually play it next week. By next week, it's I went and picked it up, but then I just ended up not having any time to play at all. So it's all installed on my PS4 now. Well, at least the single player campaign is.
Yeah.
I do not have the room for Resistance. I'm gonna have to figure that out, but I can play that probably tonight. Yeah, I'm excited. I really, really liked 2, but I would also like something a little different. So that's good to hear. Solon, what's been something you've been playing?
Oh, I've been really... So there's this game that I talked about. I wrote about it when I did my PAX write-up, because that was the first place I played it. But it was a rhythm game called Spin Rhythm XD, which kind of makes the XD
Yeah?
face. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a very regular rhythm game. And that's kind of the important thing here is that it's regular. And this is what regular looks like now. It is buttons, go from the top of the screen to the bottom.
Sure.
They go down the track and they're timed. But your entire interface is a DJ wheel. It is like a turntable that you are trying to match red and blue notes up. Mm-hmm. But as you turn the wheel, the red and blue, like, places that you're trying to line the notes falling down with, are going to move.
Okay.
Because you're moving your big wheel. It's very, very simple in, like, concept, but because of this turntable gimmick, it is extremely hard to play for, like, the first 4 hours that I played it, and then it got really, really easy, and, like, the skill ceiling, just shot through the roof really fast. But the main thing here, if you haven't seen Spin Rhythm, you gotta go look at it because it's a very pretty, very, stylized, normal rhythm game that, lets you play with literally anything. You can play with any interface. They designed this with turntables in mind, and so you can plug in any MIDI device that you want, like your MIDI keyboard, your MIDI, like it'll register the notes from a literal MIDI turntable if you plug one in. And so I play this game with mouse and keyboard, but you can play it with a controller. I've seen people playing it on their tablet. That seems to be the meta right now, is that if you use your tablet, it gets you much easier turntable flicks and scratches. But also, I've done the research, and it is fully compatible with half of all of the DJ Hero controllers.
Oh, nice.
PS3, and I think they've gotten the Wii DJ Hero controller to be compatible with this game.
I think I still have my DJ Hero controller lying around somewhere. It's somewhere in this house. So.
Well, it's time to get some use out of it.
Yeah, finally.
The thing that I really like about it is that it's all of the music in it is it's music that I kind of expected to see in rhythm games way before now, but it is all very like hyper pop dance music. It's Hyper Potions and Lena Rain and Too Mellow and a lot of Monster Cat music, which I think is, like, from a logistics standpoint, really interesting because you just license Monster Cat and you can put it in your game, There's some cool stuff happening there. But the only reason that I'm talking about it today, more than any other time, I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, this is cool, but this is very niche. This is very me. 2 days ago, they opened it up and updated it because it's in early access right now. They updated it so that you can put any music you want in the game, and you can make custom charts. And
That's
so
cool.
I'm like, here we go. This is what rhythm games are in 2020. If you don't have a custom rhythm charter in your game, then what are we even doing here? So even this kind of smaller production, this is an indie studio out of Australia. This is their only game that they've produced. Their first thing is Spin Rhythm XD, and it's really good. And I'm like, okay. And the other rhythm games that I'd been playing up to this point, just, you know what? They don't have an excuse anymore. I'm playing, what's the other one? DJ Max. And I'm like, oh, this is all right. This is holding me over until something comes out, something new. And then Spin Rhythm, like, hit that itch. And I'm off. My first plan is to make, the AEW wrestling themes in Spin Rhythm. I want to see what happens!
Oh, Christ.
They're short.
Yeah.
They're really simple.
Most of them are really bad.
Yes!
Oh, God.
And most of them are really, like, weirdly dancey.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, like, Pox one is really weirdly, like, trancey and... Yeah. Just don't do, like, Cody's, because that's, like, the worst song ever written.
No, I'm gonna do much worse things. I'm gonna start with Sean Spears, and I'm gonna move into TH2. I'm gonna move into the Hybrid 2.
There you go. That's perfect.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
This game is it's just infected my brain, and so that's what I've been doing all week when I'm not, like, streaming or working with my students.
I'm just thinking now about AEW theme songs and trying to think like whose would be good for a rhythm game. You could probably do Best Friends one. That would probably be like a really easy one to start with because it's such a simple rhythm.
Yeah. Oh, but it's not the simple rhythm. It's got the scratches in
Yeah,
it already.
it does, yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea. Best friends.
Terrible.
It's messed up.
I can already see it in my head. Nope. Thank you, Niall. Thank you. Perfect. I'm ready.
Great. You're welcome.
I'm gonna put those videos on Discord. You're gonna be like, oh, that was my bad.
Yeah. Can't wait to see you stream that.
What have y'all been playing?
So I've been just fucking around on my Switch. I almost said Wii U.
Whoa.
I should not have said. Oh boy, that would have been bad. I'm playing more Animal Crossing, and I guess we can just discuss the shit that has been going on.
What do you mean shit? It's Animal Crossing.
So, I guess I'll explain the current event and how people have responded to it, because oh boy.
The current event. You make it sound like they added COVID to Animal Crossing. And now everyone has to stay indoors.
Well, animals can't get it, so...
Wow, what a beautiful game.
You're the only one who can, and you're just silently suffering while all the other animals are like, wow, what's wrong with you? It's really fucked up. They're all unable to, like, process illness.
Oh, God.
Oh, no!
It's just like, huh, that's funny. Alright. But no, for real. So they added an event, like an Easter event. They call it Bunny Day.
Okay. Okay, that's the event.
The event, yes. And it started on the 1st, and I think it's until the 12th or the 13th, I don't remember. But it's just an event where the Zipper T Bunny, who's just like, I guess, a guy in a bunny outfit, which is especially fucked up, because like everyone else is a real animal, but I guess he isn't. Because you can see the zipper on his back. It's very weird.
Okay.
He shows up in your town, and he hides eggs all over the place, and you keep finding them throughout the event's duration. And so instead of you'll be fishing, you'll be cutting down trees, you'll be shaking trees, you'll be hitting rocks, trying to collect items to upgrade your town. But randomly, there will just be eggs instead. You will try to pull up a fish, and it will be an egg. You will chop down a tree, and instead of wood being left over, there will be eggs.
Wait, what?
You shoot a slingshot into the air to try to knock down a floating present. An egg will be inside of it.
Oh.
It's a bit much, and I really feel like so. I think there was an article on Polygon, I want to say, that kind of put this into perspective for me, where this is the first Animal Crossing game where, like, obviously social media existed during, like, New Leaf and even probably City Folk, but this is the first time that people have been this engaged in social media and have been able to, like, explicitly share their creations on Twitter. You could just press a button and take a screenshot of your town, of the things that you've created, and upload them to Twitter so everyone can see it and judge it. Yep. And it has made the rush to getting your town as nice as possible so stressful. Like, people are flipping out to make their town as nice as possible, as fast as possible, so they can show it off on Twitter. And this has slowed that down immensely, because now you have, like, 2 whole weeks where you're gonna get less items. You'll still get stuff, but it will not be anywhere near as much as you will need to continue to upgrade your town. And
I'm assuming these eggs contribute to some kind of egg-based currency system that gives you, like, egg. What is the holiday called?
It's
Bunny Day.
Bunny Day.
Like you get Bunny Day decorations for turning in eggs or something.
Exactly. You can collect them and then you bring them to your your customizable your like DIY table, and you can build furniture with it or like little costumes and stuff like that. And obviously you can put those around town or whatever, but that's not really a singular thing. That's not something that's yours. It's anyone can get those. So nobody's going to be like, hey, I made an egg-themed room.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not like anyone really wants that.
Because it's not novel or unique or anything.
Right. Exactly. It's
not self-personalized. Wow. Uh-huh.
So it's a weird thing. I get where people are coming from, and trust me, I have gotten a little frustrated by hitting a couple of rocks and being like, oh fuck, that's like 5 eggs and then like 2 stones instead of a bunch of like iron ore or whatever. But at the same time, it's fine. It's chillin'. I feel like a lot of these people are going to be super burned out on Animal Crossing in like a week or two because they're going to be going fucking nuts, and then they're going to have nothing to do. Once their town is like completely like made in the image they want it to be, they're going to be bored as shit. And I think that's why this game was made the way it was because they didn't want people to do that. But then they also made it so you can time travel freely and just jump ahead, and you don't have to wait for like buildings to be built, or you don't have to wait for trees to grow or anything. You can just skip ahead and then it'll be done.
Yeah.
I think people are just ruining the game for themselves in a way. I don't know, I could be wrong. Like, I've definitely seen some people being like, yeah, I played Animal Crossing for 3 years straight every day. And I'm sure those people will keep playing this, but I bet a lot of people are going to be like, well, I made my town, I'm done, and then that's just going to be it for them. So I've been playing it really slow. I usually like log on for like half an hour a day, and then I'll just like do the daily routine of like digging up some fossils and fishing a little bit and watering my plants and gathering up some money. And then I pay off like a little bit of my debts here and there. And then that's it. Unless like someone explicitly is like, hey, you want to play? Like earlier today, like Wheels was just like, hey, I want to come over to your town. I want to sell some turnips. Right. Okay, sure, I'll turn it on. Like, I feel like that's how we should be playing it. That's how people should be playing it. Just do a little bit at a time, make your town a little bit better.
Yeah, I've never played an Animal Crossing game, but like I've always been under the impression, like since the GameCube version of that came out, that the entire point was play it for a half an hour, play it for an hour, and then leave it for the day. Like it wasn't ever supposed to be a game that you sat down and played for 3-4 hours at a time,
Like, it can be if you're really invested and you're like, oh, I'm going to go catch a bunch of bugs. Sure, okay. Oh, I'm going to travel to a bunch of islands. Like, there are things to do, but at a certain point, it is just like, hey, I'm just going to check in on my stuff. And that, I think, is
you can
how
choose to grind on things if you want, but the game doesn't really ask that out of you unless you really want to dig in.
Right. Yeah. I guess I was always under the impression that like there was only a finite amount of stuff you even could do in a day always. So I mean, obviously I'm not right on that, but like
I wouldn't fully say that, but it is honestly become more restrictive too, because now your like items break pretty quick. Like your axe and your slingshot and your net and fishing rod and all that, they can all break. And that I still think that's kind of lame. I think Nintendo needs to stop with the weapon degradation shit. It's getting really old.
Sure.
But I don't know, because like I saw somebody posted a picture that was like, oh hey, I made a fucking golden item, like a golden thing, and it broke, and I was just like, what the fuck? Those aren't supposed to break.
I've heard there's some ways that you can mitigate that. I'll tell you about it afterwards, though. I don't wanna...
Oh no, I'll just say it because it's pretty well known knowledge by now.
Oh, good,
but like,
good.
If you because you can get these things that are like customizable, like the little like custom like paint job things that you can do. You're supposed to use them on like furniture or just other things, but you can also use them to recolor your items. And if you use that, it resets the usage. So you can just use those a whole bunch and then change the color and then it resets it. So you don't have to go out and like find the parts to make a new one. You just keep using the same one.
And that's not in the spirit of the game, but it's fine.
I don't give a shit.
Right.
I don't give a shit.
That's what I'm saying, is that people are finding ways to navigate around these things, which I think makes the Easter event really funny, because, like, this Easter event does sound, or the Bunny Day, Egg Day? What is it?
Bunny Day.
Bunny Day event is really delightful. This sounds great. Like, this would be amazing any other week but this week.
Yeah, like, I was thinking about it, and I was just like, man, if this wasn't, like, 2 weeks off from the game coming out, people would be more into it. It's just
like,
everyone
this is the time when people are most putting in their time to get their cities and get their villages to where they want it to be, and now they've got something that's just directly in their way of that very specific launch day style goal, and it's kind of funny. Yeah. It's kind of funny. It really does a lot to personalize Zipper in a way that I've seen people get very angry at this pervert rabbit guy.
Oh yeah, they hate him. They want to kill him.
And he's doing nothing but just being delightful and making this game a little more flavorful for literally, for 10 days? It's great.
Like, less than 2 weeks, yeah.
The kindest heel in all of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I feel like Animal Crossing is just made up of characters that are just going to take the brunt of everyone's anger. Because it's going to be like, oh, Tom Nook, we got to be pissed at him. Now we got to be pissed at Zipper Bunny. Now they're going to get pissed at, like, they were pissed at the ugly villagers for a hot minute because they were like, oh, I got to get all these people to move out of my town because they suck. And then they stopped being pissed at them because then Zipper showed up. So it's going to be like another week or two. I think there's going to be an Earth Day event next. They're going to be pissed at the fucking sloth for Earth Day next. It's never going to end. It's just going to be every 2 weeks. Everyone's going to want to kill somebody from Animal Crossing. It's going to be nuts.
I just love the folks getting mad at their ugly villagers. Oh, I got the ugly one. Not in my backyard. Let's get him out of here.
Look, amiibo cards have gone up in price like crazy. Yeah. Like I had some left over from when I played fucking Happy Home Designer, and I sold them to a friend for $40, and I gave them a crazy deal. Like, I went on eBay and added it up, and it was like $76, and I was like, I'm not doing that to them. I'm not charging somebody $76 for like 6 pieces of cardboard. No. Yep. So, like... Yeah, and that's because people want specific characters. They want, like, those amiibo cards guarantee that they will show up on your campground. And I can't believe that they haven't reprinted those. Like, all of those cards, those were printed back for Happy Home Designer, and that's it. Wow. There hasn't been another run of those cards. And they haven't announced another run, which, I mean, maybe they will after the virus, but...
I just love this idea of the gated community of only the beautiful villagers.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. It's sick. It's sick.
Look, your Animal Crossing game is your own, and it reflects you in every way.
Yeah, I guess so. In some ways, a little too real. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of it. And then I played a little bit of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because... Oh, yeah. Xenoblade Definitive Edition is coming out soonish, and I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm gonna get that game, and I want to maybe try to finish Xenoblade 1 or 2 and Torna as well before that comes out, which I probably will not do because I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for like fucking 4 years now, and I still haven't finished it. But God, I just love that game. I don't want it to end.
Hey, it's gonna be really great when you can do Xenoblade Chronicles and 2 both on the Switch together. It's
really nice. And then, maybe someday they'll put X on there, too.
Well, hold
the
on
whole series on there.
Hold up.
Am I being too greedy?
Whoa, now.
Let's see here. Niall, you've been playing some other stuff.
I have.
What else is going on with you?
I played a little bit of the new expansion for Control, the Foundation.
Oh, yeah.
And so when Control came out, there were certain things that everyone agreed were terrible about Control, namely the checkpointing and the boss fights.
Oh, okay. And they've gotten better now.
They've gotten much, much worse. It's so the way this DLC is structured essentially is you go to a new area. It's like the underground from the quarry, like the foundations of the oldest house or whatever, because there's like the astral plane is seeping in through the foundations or whatever, and you have to close it by finding 4 keys or whatever. And
okay, all of that sounds sick.
Yeah, so it's a great setup, right? Until you realize that that's essentially just, we're going to send you to 4 very small little areas in the foundation, and you're going to do a boss fight in each one, basically.
Oh boy.
So the first one you go to has what I think may be the worst boss fight in Control ever. Like, it is...
That's a high bar.
You gotta... So from the checkpoint, you run down to where it starts, and that's 2 minutes, right? And then you're on... It's kind of like an on-rails section, so you're on a platform, and there's a second platform, and you're jumping between these 2 platforms, avoiding obstacles and stuff. And so you have to go through this like 5-minute sequence before you get to the boss. There's no way to get your health back if you take damage from enemies or from obstacles during the entire sequence. So you've got about a 7-minute run up before you get to the boss. And then when you get to the boss, it's like extremely frustrating because like the boss is on a pattern, and the pattern isn't that hard to figure out, but what is hard to figure out sometimes is why you're taking damage. Like there were a bunch of times I was playing that, and I was watching the boss, and I was blocking its attacks and everything, and then all of a sudden something would just explode and I would die, and I'd be like, what happened? Where did that come from? You know, and it's so frustrating, and it took me like probably 10 or 11 tries to get it, and by the end of it I was like, that better be the last time I have to go through something like that for a while, or I might be done with Control. And then 20 minutes later I was in another boss fight that came out of nowhere, which doesn't seem as bad, but I died pretty quick in that boss fight, and I was just like, I am not in the mood for this anymore. I think I've had my fill of Control, because that one boss fight where you're jumping between the 2 platforms is the absolute worst thing that they have ever made in that game. Like, it's... And the thing is, like, the first time you go through it, you're almost guaranteed to fail, because it's, like I said, it's on rails. So you're trying to actually learn the pattern of the sequence leading up to the boss so that you can take as little damage as possible, and then just like hope that you get to the boss with a full health bar, and that you don't fuck up and mistime something or get the boss's rhythm wrong or whatever. The boss also has like an insane amount of health. It's got full shield, full health. Like, once you actually get to the boss, you don't have to keep jumping between platforms, although the other platform will occasionally spawn like just some other enemies, which is extremely annoying because the boss is floating above your head, and then you have to like look down at the other enemies on the other platform, so you can't tell what the boss is doing. And it's all the worst aspects of a Control boss fight stuck together in one, where you can't see things that are going on because the camera's too tight to you. It's very difficult to just take in everything that's going on around you. And
it always feels like your hitbox is really big.
Yeah, sometimes you don't know why certain things are happening. And I think that particular sequence is made worse by the fact that they clearly thought that sequence was going to be like this expansion's version of the ashtray maze. You know, like they were clearly trying to go for that kind of vibe again.
I was gonna bring that up because on their normal like on rails kinds of situations where they force you through a set piece are usually really good.
Yeah, and like they're very much going for that same kind of vibe and that same kind of feel. But the difference was with the ashtray maze, like you felt like you were in enough control of the situation and that like it was laid out in a way that was logical enough and like everything was kind of in front of you and made sense as to where it was and where it was laid out.
Which was the theme of that section.
Exactly.
That was the core idea of, hey, I'm finally in control.
Yeah, whereas this section, the DLC, almost feels to me like it was like a part of the ashtray maze that they couldn't get to work in the main game and were like, let's cut it and try and rework it into this expansion in a way. And so they just like kind of changed up the aesthetic of it a little bit and it just doesn't work and it's frustrating and it's the worst part of that game, and just doing it made me feel like maybe I was done with Control completely at this point, which is a bummer.
And it ends with a boss fight, which the ashtray maze does not.
Yeah, it
on
does.
Purpose.
And like the stuff leading up to it isn't hard, it's just long, you know, like it's like this, the point between dying and then getting another run at the boss being 6, 7, 8 minutes is just long enough that makes you go, I don't want to do this again, you know? Like, I was very much by the end of it being like, if I don't get it on this, I might just not play any more of this. So having finished it and then 20 minutes later being at another bad boss fight, I was just like, I think that's enough Control for me. I thought I was ready for more Control. And like, one of the things I liked about the main game for Control was that it didn't feel like it overstayed its welcome. You know, like I felt like when I was done, I was like, okay, that was the perfect amount of Control. And I feel like that base game was the perfect amount of Control. You don't need any more Control, in my opinion. So it's kind of a bummer.
Was there anything else that was added to the Control expansion, though? Or is it just that? There's
a bunch of story stuff. There's a bunch more side stuff, you know.
Is there any, like, you know, collectible videos and FMV stuff that's fun?
There's, like, from what I saw, and, like, I maybe played, like, the first hour of it, there isn't a ton of that stuff. There is a lot more of the just, like, collectible, like, files and stuff and audio files and things like that.
Hey, those are fun.
I didn't find any more like Threshold Kids stuff or anything like that. I will say
that's fine.
The like writing of the files and documents I found compared to the main game very much felt like a little more stilted, a little bit more like we got the junior writers doing this stuff. Like it's not bad, but it's not at the quality, and it's not as, you know, it's not operating on the same level of surrealism or humor or any of the things that, you know, kind of really worked for the main game. It's more sort of straightforward. It's not as interesting. It does have like little bits and pieces here and there that kind of do work, but it's just not as sharp. It's a DLC expansion that feels like cut content in a lot of ways to me, and that's kind of a bummer. So
that would make sense.
Yeah. I would honestly say, like, maybe on sale, if it ever goes on sale, it might be worth it if you really want more Control, but I wouldn't go out and spend the like $20 or whatever it is on this thing. It's just not up to that standard. You do get like you get a choice of a new mechanic you can have in the expansion, and so essentially there's like, in these caves there's sort of rock formations or whatever, and you can choose to get a new gun that can shred them apart, or you can get I was going to say force power, but you know what I mean, like where you'll see just like little small growths in the wall that you can pull out and make platforms from, which is the one I took. which is a
whoa,
which is a cool mechanic, and it makes for some interesting like traversal stuff from what I played, but it's not enough to keep you like interested in going forward when the rest of it just isn't up to par with the main game.
Yep. It ain't that Doom grappling hook thing.
No, it isn't. It definitely isn't. Yeah, I feel like it really just does feel like the cut content, you know, and that's a shame.
Aw.
That is a huge bummer. I'm especially bummed because like they're making a big deal about that last bit of DLC being like the Alan Wake thing. Oh boy, we're gonna do Alan Wake stuff, but if it's just gonna be like a bunch of bullshit boss fights, I'm just I'll just watch that on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
I want to see Alan Wake. I want to hear him talk about the fucking manuscripts again. I don't want to have to play boss fights.
Yeah, I feel like the Alan Wake stuff could be a lot better, but obviously we'll have to wait and see on that. Like, it's because like you don't have to or I could see a scenario where you don't even have to touch this expansion to do the Alan Wake stuff. You know, like this stuff just pops up, you know, on your mission list, and it's just like, oh, just go here, and you know, like any other side mission in the game. So I bet you could probably just do the Alan Wake stuff without having to do this. That might change the difficulty of it somewhat, but who knows?
John's just screaming at Control like, stop making me play your game and read me a story.
I mean, I'm kind of like that as well.
Right?
No, yeah, like that is absolutely how Control made me feel near the end.
Yeah.
And then I just ended up, when I was done with it, I just ended up reading a bunch of fucking SCP, and then that was just basically what it was. It was just like, oh, this is just Control without the like aggravating boss fights. I can just read this. Okay.
Yeah. It really like blows me away that they had 6 or 7 months from the time the game came out to like see everyone going, hey, the boss fights in this game fucking suck, and then their response to that was, what if we put the worst one we could possibly make at the start of this expansion? It's real bad. It makes that one boss fight from the main game where the like floor is being destroyed beneath you and you can't see it. It makes that like seem fair and like okay by comparison.
That's bad.
It's bad.
I will also say real quick though, I mentioned this to you before, but I think Remedy is actively like going neener at the SCP people because them calling it the Foundation.
Yeah.
It's just like, because that is very funny to me. Like, I am absolutely just waiting for them to just straight up put like the fucking statue in there and just be like, well, it's just a little joke, you know, come and get us, you know, like, like, all right, y'all. Well, actually, now that I think about it, they can't do that specifically because that statue is actually like an art piece. So,
ooh,
because it's a really weird thing. Like it was just a post on 4chan, and then when they put it on the wiki, they like made a deal with the artist to like have that picture on the wiki, but I think they have like a new design for the statue that they use if they ever like want to charge money for something.
Yep.
I think that's what they do now.
Licensing of an SCP art piece.
Yeah, it's weird, but also I get it because I really wonder how that artist feels. Like obviously, like I've seen other works by that artist, and they are just as, if not weirder than that statue. But God, how fucking like weird that must be to be like, oh, someone wrote a weird story saying that my art piece kills people. Like that's so weird. That's gotta be fucking wild. But yeah, okay. That's all right. Do you want to just talk about Doom real quick too, Niall?
Sure, I can do that. I finished it.
Yeah, Doom Eternal.
Yeah, I finished it on Wednesday, I think. So when I started that game, I was very lukewarm on it. I felt like it was full of like bad platforming stuff. Like I felt like kind of a lot like the Control expansion. I felt like it was doubling down on the worst parts of Doom 2016. Like way more platforming, levels that went on way longer than they should have. Just like, just like not understanding that Doom was at its best when it was just like flat out just fucking crazy, and that to do that you needed to also have a certain brevity to it, and just keep it a tight, concise thing. And that was when it was really shining in 2016. And Eternal in the early goings really felt to me like it wasn't doing any of that.
Sounds like you're kind of building us up here. Are you bringing us down to pull us back up?
In a way, like I definitely warmed up to it by the end. Like I felt like once you get all the weapons, once you get all your like options, that game really shines when you're actually in combat and when you're getting to go through the rhythm that they kind of want you to go through, switching stuff, going from health to ammo to armor and trying to like constantly keep these things topped up and, always being sort of a step away from death. I really liked just that kind of flow, and like once you get into that, it's just a great feeling shooter. But at the same time, like, I really hate all the platforming in Doom. Like, my favorite video game ever is a first-person platformer. So I'm going to be harsh on first-person platforming because I don't think any game other than Mirror's Edge has really ever done it well.
Yep.
And I feel like Doom does it worse than most. Like, it's not quite Duke Nukem Forever level of bad. It's not quite Turok bad, but it's so imprecise. And there were so many times when I just felt like the game itself didn't know how to handle, what I was trying to do in the air. I felt like every jump was a leap of faith in some way, because sometimes you hit the jump perfect, and then when it came time to grab onto the ledge, Doom Guy just wouldn't do it, or somehow you would miss, or like the hitbox on it wouldn't be right, and it just never felt good. And there's so much of it that it just made the moments between the combat arenas miserable and not fun and just a slog for me. Because the thing when you're playing Mirror's Edge is you always know exactly, how much control you have. You always know exactly where you're going to land. You always know exactly what your momentum can do, where you can go with how fast you're going. Like, everything is consistent and it makes sense, and it's very easy to instinctively understand it when you get in the rhythm of it. With Doom, it never feels consistent. It never feels like they knew exactly how they wanted you to tackle each puzzle or where to jump when. And it just, I just didn't like it, and it put a huge dampener on the game for me. And I also didn't really like the writing in Eternal nearly as much as 2016. It just never got to the level that 2016 did. I always thought 2016 was it was a game that surprised me with its writing, because it just was almost like such a fuck you in a lot of ways to traditional, or not traditional, but to first person shooter writing of the last decade or 15 years or whatever. It was such a different thing, and I feel like Doom Eternal kind of walks it back a little bit, and it just isn't as sharp, and it just isn't as funny, and it just doesn't work for me in the same way. So I feel like Doom Eternal is very much it's very much it's like two very distinct experiences in one game. When it's flowing and it's working and it's just fast and fun combat and it's great, and when you're not in combat, it's fucking terrible, and I hated it. So I'm like
weird,
right in the middle there. I know, like, John, you didn't hate the platforming, and like I know other people.
I actively liked it.
Yeah, I know other people have said the platforming is not bad. Maybe it's just me coming from where I'm coming from with it, but to me it was just like, this is the exact opposite of what I wanted to be doing most of the time in Doom. So,
well, Niall, how did you feel about 2016 Doom's platforming? Because I felt like that had a lot of flow to it in kind of a Mirror's Edge sort of way, which it was something we weren't expecting from Doom, and it surprised us.
I thought it was perfectly functional. It wasn't, you know, like it was, I would say, a little bit below the level of like a Titanfall 2.
Yes,
but it was perfectly functional, and they didn't, like, I would rather not have done it as much as they had, but like there wasn't enough of it that made me like actively have disdain for it in the way that Doom Eternal has. Like Doom Eternal, when you're not in a firefight, you're jumping around and like doing platforming puzzles most of the time, and I just like I again, like the Control expansion, it felt like they were doubling down on some of the lesser aspects of the previous entry in the series, which, you know.
That's weird, because the philosophy in Doom 2016 was not that jumping was like a means to getting you farther in the game. Mm-hmm. It was just a tool you could use in firefights that also kind of happened to sort of get you up higher in certain places, but was never really mandatory until like the end levels. There was a couple small platforming sessions.
Right. Whereas this, it's
between
like,
arenas.
This is like constant. Like it is your main method of getting around levels. Like towards the end of the game especially, there are like these platforms that you're jumping off of into like a like mid-air booster that will launch you even further. And like it just feels so inconsistent, because sometimes you'll jump into one and it'll fire you across and you'll land perfectly and you'll be like, brilliant. And then you'll die later on in that puzzle and you'll have to start it back again. And you'll jump through that same one that launched you all the way the last time and it was perfect, and you'll just completely miss. And you'll just be like, well, I don't understand why I missed. I did the exact same thing at the exact same angle at the exact same speed. You know, it just never clicked for me, and I wish it had, but it didn't. So
you know how when your boss gives you like new responsibilities that are just like, hey, if you do these, it's going to make your job a lot easier. Yeah. And then like the next week, your boss comes back and they're like, well, now that you know that, we expect that out of you every day now. So get to it. Get to it, Doom guy.
Yeah, it really feels like that. Again, like with the Control DLC, I feel like Doom Eternal is a wait for a sale type of thing for me. You know, like if it hadn't been for the fact that I was like locked up because of the virus and everything, I would feel like kind of like it was a bad way of spending, you know, $60 or whatever. So, yeah, I preferred Doom 2016. I could see people preferring Eternal, but for me personally, 2016 is a much better game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I liked it. No, you're fine.
I didn't dislike it.
No,
I didn't dislike
absolutely.
it.
I'm really glad it came back for you in the end.
Yeah, I mean, like...
I'm glad those arenas are doing something for you.
Yeah, like at first I was like, this is a 2-star game that I could maybe be generous and give a 3 if I was going to review it. And by the end I was like, no, it's a pretty solid 3, you know, like that.
Hey.
So I don't dislike it. I think it's like a good game. It's just, it's not the Doom I wanted in a lot of ways.
It's a very different thing.
It is.
And I commend them for trying something new. It might not have completely landed, but I'm glad that they didn't just rest on their laurels.
Yeah, and you know, I am perfectly fine with them trying something new. I feel like they kind of presented it as being more of 2016, whereas if they'd been a little more clear about, you know, these are the changes, these are what we're going to try different, I feel like maybe I would have gone into it with different expectations and maybe come out of it feeling a little bit more positive. But,
sure.
You know.
All right. Solon.
Yo, yeah.
Hit us up with the rest of the stuff you've been up to.
I would love to. Hey, a little bit of video game history.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a game called Legend of Kain?
I've heard
Legacy
of
of Kain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of Legend of Kain, but Legacy of Kain. This is a game that I got to play like 2 weekends ago. And, well, I guess it was last weekend. Oh, it's been a long week. And I've got this PlayStation 2 disc in my hand. This Legacy of Kain series, it spanned the PlayStation 1 all the way to the PlayStation 2. It was out for like this is like 7 years of game history.
Right.
And it was one of the PlayStation's biggest franchises. And then it stopped just abruptly with just no aplomb, just no, like, if you talk to, like, younger gamers now, and I didn't even know about this until, like, this week when I first played it, but I never heard of Legacy of Kain. I wasn't a PlayStation person growing up, so I'd never heard of this. And I got to play it this last week, and it is a really good series. That's also, we talk a lot, when folks talk about, like, the history of games, especially around the PlayStation, people talk about these legendary legacy franchises that defined the PlayStation. They'll talk about Final Fantasy. They'll talk about Metal Gear. They'll even talk about, I mean, you got Naughty Dog's entire series and Insomniac's multiple series that, you know, span a long life over multiple consoles. But Legacy of Kain has 5 games, and they all sold pretty damn well. I mean, they sold about, you could kind of compare it to, like Devil May Cry in a lot of ways, where they don't sell more than their peak. Like, I think Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver was the best selling, one, and then they kind of just go down a little bit from there every time. And these games are really, really good, and then they stop. The Legacy of Kain Defiance is the PlayStation 2, like, the pinnacle of what we had in PlayStation 2 as far as, like, a fun game with cool third-person combat mechanics, with a narrative that spans, like, a lot of this really gothic melodrama between Kain and his, the liege that he left bloody and battered 2 games ago, Raziel. These two hate each other, and by the end of the game, they love each other. There's really good stuff in it. And on top of this all, this is the game series that, what's her name? Amy Hennig. Amy Hennig, cut her teeth on this. And so, like, there's tons of history inside of this, but there's nothing that comes out of it. Some of the games aren't great, but we played all 5 of them. We played Blood Omen Legacy. Well, we couldn't play most of them because they don't emulate very well at all. They're actually really hard to emulate. And so we ended up having to watch, like, long plays of about half of them.
God.
And then play through, like, Soul Reaver and Legacy of Kain Defiance and Blood Omen 2. We played, like, a little bit of each of them until the emulator broke.
Wow.
Which, yeah, that was weird. All of them are like 8 hours long. So they're just really brief and breezy. But they were incredible. I loved this story of Raziel and Kain interweaving through all time and space to enact revenge against each other. And it was just about these, like, cycles of vampires trying to destroy each other's empires. Not for any heroic reasons. These are anti-heroes. They just want revenge. They just want vengeance.
They just hate each other.
They hate each other so much. And so by the end of, like, 24 to 30 hours of actually good block pushing puzzles combined with just lock and key doors and combat arenas, very normal video game stuff, that ended up being pretty fun. It was fun to play these games. By the end of it, we were just like cheering on Kane and Raziel, like, yeah, kill each other. And then like the big bad shows up and we're like, oh wait, don't kill each other. Hold up, stop. That guy's much worse. We need you guys to kill that guy so that you two can fall in love and take over all of humanity, or not even humanity, just existence itself.
Sure.
They're basically like the last two living things in the universe by the end of all of this.
Yeah. Legacy of Kain always has, like, I've only ever played Soul Reaver, which I played shortly after it came out as a child and was like, I don't know what's going on half the time, but like it's always been one of those series that I feel like has quietly like got like this like big cult following in a way. Big cult following is kind of a, you know,
oxymoron.
Yeah. That's the word I'm looking for. But you know, like it always seems like it's a series that people really love and nobody talks about, really.
Nobody talks about it.
Like it's really been forgotten. Like I didn't even know there was a PS2 game in that series. Like I always thought it just kind of ended with Soul Reaver, which kind of I think maybe says a lot about why those later games didn't do well enough to keep going forward.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the weird part is that most of these PlayStation games especially are franchised in some way and brought into later consoles through remakes and stuff. These games have nothing.
Right.
There's nobody's remaking this. Nobody can remake this right now. Square Enix Europe currently like has the publishing rights to Kain. And the last thing from what I understand, the last thing they did was they tried to make a game called Nosgoth.
Oh, that game.
Which is a very cool name.
That was like the multiplayer thing that they shut down, right?
It sure was. In the moment you said it, like, that was the multiplayer thing, right? Yep. It sure was. Why did they try to make a multiplayer game out of this? It was 2013. You know why. Dota happened and all of the, like, big old, like, MOBA multiplayer games. They were like, all right, we're getting in on this. They said, quote, Legacy of Kain, this would not be a traditional or even single-player LOK experience. Nosgoth went open beta in 2015 and then shut down in 2016.
So you know it's good.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they're that's your video game history that we learned last week. Mm-hmm. It was a really good game series that just dropped away.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Are there any other updates you want to hit us with, or should I go over the news? Because there's actually a lot of news.
Oh, we got to do some news. There's great news this week.
All right. So first off, I guess I can talk about a rumor that sprung up recently. That it's being reported as a rumor, but I'll just say, trust me. Yes, I'll just say that. I don't wanna get anyone in trouble, but yes. So it's reported by Video Games Chronicle and Eurogamer and some other places that said that there will be an announcement soon for a 3D Mario collection, like remaster, or maybe just like a collection. It's kind of up in the air. Where it's going to be some sort of compilation of Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and both Galaxy games.
What?
Yeah, so just like a collection. I don't know if it's going to be a full-on like remaster where they're like remaking these games, or if they're just putting them in a compilation. Either way, that's pretty cool. I think it's probably just gonna be a compilation. It's good. I've heard Mario All-Stars 2 getting thrown around, so you know it's gonna be that.
Like the Mario All-Stars pack for the SNES that had all the old 2D games. Ooh,
yeah. Eurogamer also said that there will be a deluxe version of Mario 3D World, which is the Wii U game.
What?
Yeah. I did not hear about that, but that sounds plausible. They said they will add new levels to that, and that game's pretty okay. So, that'd be fine to get a re-release on Switch.
3D World's the only one that I really haven't played that I want to, so...
Yeah, it's pretty good. And also, this is also something that I can say, yeah, too. There will be a new Paper Mario this year.
What? This year?
Yes. No idea if it's a good one or not. I don't know if there's partners, but you know.
Yeah, Paper Mario has had a string of bad luck lately.
It sure has. There were some rumors earlier this year that Nintendo was making a new Paper Mario and that they were planning on bringing it back to the old formula. Which, if they do that, people are going to flip the fuck out. And I'd be pretty happy too, because those games are good. Those first two games, Super Paper Mario is pretty okay too, but those first two games are excellent, and I hope that they actually make something like those games.
Yeah. No, Paper Mario's kind of got this weird history with flirting with free-to-play models of games in pay-to-play games.
Yeah,
they were getting closer and closer to that Kirby. What's the new Kirby game that was free-to-play?
I don't even remember what that one's called.
You know that one.
I know
what
you're talking about, but yeah,
the one on Switch.
Yeah, but
you're flying close to the sun there, Paper Mario, and you're gonna get burned.
Yeah, Sticker Star was fucking horrendous. Color Splash wasn't horrible, but it had a bunch of flaws, and it was also very generic with its character designs. It's the writing was okay, and the combat was workable. It just was not actually good Paper Mario combat. If they just went, hey, let's make Thousand Year Door 2, then that's all they need to do. They just need to make Thousand Year Door 2, and people will buy that.
2,000 Year Door.
Yeah, the 2,000 Year Door. The Million Year Door. I don't know.
Oh, dang. Let's not move too far away from this Mario collection coming out. So you're saying I could play Mario 64 on the Switch?
Yes.
Will Panenkoic finally be able to beat the game without pressing the goddamn A button?
Oh, he's getting close. He put out another video recently.
He's gonna keep focused on the N64 version. I don't think he plays the DS version. Mario 64 got a DS port, and I don't think he touched that. This isn't going to change him at all. He
wants the real
set.
Experience. Mm-hmm. No emulation. None of that bullshit.
Yeah. No frills. It is N64 or bust.
N64 and million years of simulated time.
Yeah. He got another star with 0 presses, in that new video he put out the other week. So he's getting there. He's getting there.
He will do it. He will do it. It may not be in our lifetimes, but he will do it. Also, I know I know what I said.
PU.
I know what I said. By the way, he will live on.
He will outlive all of us.
Yeah, he's gonna outlive the solar system. I think he's gonna upload himself to a satellite, and he's gonna keep playing Mario 64 after the heat death of the universe. He's just gonna be floating around, uploading videos, being like, well, Quark 2658732, commenting on my video, barely existing. Listen, I got one last A-press to shave off. TJ Henry. No, it's gonna be him and TJ Henry Yoshi. That's it. They're gonna be two. Oh my god. They're just gonna be floating around in a satellite. Their consciousness uploaded into the satellite, floating around, and Panenkoic will keep doing that, and TJ Henry Yoshi will just keep asking him, oh, are you sure about that? Do you really think that's gonna happen? That's what's gonna be.
The final two simulated beings.
That'll be it. That'll be it.
Hey, Sunshine's in this, though. That's the thing I'm really excited about. I would love to play Sunshine on not a GameCube controller. I
mean, yeah, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, oh, maybe I didn't want to play this again. I saw a picture that was just here's your compilation of, oh wait, maybe I didn't want to replay this, and it was just the pachinko machine and the chuckster and shit like that. It was just oh, okay.
Hi, I'm a Chuckster.
I mean, you know, I think preserving those games is a great idea, and I think giving people an easy way to play these games is great, and also, I would rather there be collections like this than haphazard releases like the Virtual Console and all that. I think having curated...
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I would... Yeah.
Curated, well-documented re-releases of these games, especially if there's bonuses. If there are bonuses, I will be very happy. I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Just trust me. Just trust me.
John, I'm trusting you.
You're going to be
I'm hoping they finally make an honest game out of the Wii waggle control Mario games.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a little interesting. And then
don't make me waggle my Joy-Cons, please.
Yeah, I'm also thinking about, like, you know, after this, what are they going to do, like a Zelda one? You know, like, because I don't know, I could see them doing like an Ocarina, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword compilation. But then Skyward Sword, you have to use the Wii Remote for that. I wonder what they would do for that if they wanted to re-release that game.
I mean, you
or
know...
Twilight Princess.
You don't have to have all of them, I guess.
Yeah, but at the same time, I know people might disagree, and I know that Rose will very loudly agree with me for this one. But I think they need to re-release Skyward Sword. I think they need to give that game another shot, and I think they also need to just, like, preserve that game. They need to, like, let people remember that it exists.
They gotta fix that game's goddamn meta game loop. Going from dungeon to the sky to the ground back into another dungeon over and over. Ugh.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy that, but literally everything else about it is delightful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry. Skyward Sword feelings. I've got a ton of them.
You're good. Should we do another bit of news?
Sure.
Yes, please.
Okay.
That was great news.
Yeah, that was
Keep
great
them coming.
news. Okay, so should we do the news that made John happy, or the interesting court case? What should we talk about?
Oh. Can we make this into a video game choo-choo true crime?
I wouldn't say crime, more just...
Let's do the news that made John happy, since it's,
okay.
The world is
The
on fire.
true crime will come at the question section of
sure.
the
there's
podcast
going to be fucking crime in there, I'll tell you that much. So, Nier Automata is one of my favorite games ever. I have thought about it, and it might be my favorite. I'm thinking about it still. That's up in the air. It's one of my favorites, though. But I have not played the original Nier. It's, PS3 360 game. I just never really got around to it. It's like $30 still. I was just like, I just don't want to go through the effort. And also, I just felt like they were going to make a remake. I was like, that game is so janky. Like, Nier Automata can even be janky, but Nier, that shit is capital J janky. I want to play a remaster of it. And guess fucking what? 10th anniversary, Nier Replicant... Nier Replicant version 1.224744871139 has been announced for PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. It is specifically a remake of Replicant, which is the Japanese version, the PS3 Japanese version, where you played as the Bishonen brother Nier, instead of the 360 version where you played as Papa Nier, who's the gruff old dude that was in the Western version of the game.
That was Gestalt, right?
Correct. Yeah, yep. Gestalt was that one. We don't really have too much other information. I think they mentioned a little bit of stuff where they said, like, there's going to be a new character. They're going to have 2B and 9S's voice actors are going to have, like, a small role. They didn't say what they were going to be. They just said that there's going to be some new stuff in this game. But who knows? Honestly, I would bet money, like, knowing Yoko Taro, I bet this game isn't, like, just going to be a straight remaster. I bet it's going to like secretly be Nier 3 or whatever, and you're just going to have to play through another playthrough to figure that out. I don't know. I am just excited to be able to play this game in any way that I can, in a way that I don't have to pull out my PS3 to play. I know a lot of people are really excited about this, and just to add to that, there is also a little bit of another new Nier game called Nier Reincarnation that's going to be for Android and iOS. They didn't really explain they didn't really explain what that was. They just showed like some scenery. But if you zoom in on, I guess, who the player character is, it might be... people are thinking it's Kaine from Nier, the original, who's the, who's the lady with the big sword who cusses a bunch. They think that it's her, but, like, younger. They think it's, like, little baby Kaine. So...
Oh, okay. I'm a lot more interested now, yeah.
Yeah, we don't even know what kind of game it is. It's just a mobile game. It's probably not going to be a gacha game, because Yoko Taro already worked on a gacha game. I'm sure he's done with that. Funnily enough, I just thought about that. That Yoko Taro gacha game was supposed to come out, like, last year, and I think it just recently got, like, shoved over to another translation team, because the original translation team just, like, gave up on it or something. I have no fucking idea. That was supposed to be out a year ago.
Alice Sino supposed to be
Sino Alice,
like,
yeah.
That's the one. And, like, it's coming out to the West in, like, a couple of weeks, isn't it?
That would be news to me, because I could have sworn they just, like, announced, hey, we transferred translation teams. They said that, like, a couple of weeks ago, and that was it. So, I don't know.
Oh, that must have been what I was reading. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird time. It is a weird time for that, but... Hey, that Nier Replicant remake is supposed to come out sometime this year, and they confirmed it's coming out in America, so... Well, in worldwide, I should say. So, hey. I'm excited. I'll get that. Yeah. I hope I like it. I'm sure I will.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. I think it's going to be really interesting, because a lot of people are going to come back to Nier Gestalt, Nier Replicant, with a new look at it, but also a lot of people are going to come back after having played Nier Automata and getting to see where it all came from, and it's probably going to be a lot easier to digest Nier Gestalt now after playing Automata than it was originally, because it was not very easy to follow along the first time you played it. But if you go into it like knowing a lot of the gimmicks to Nier Automata, it's going to be really good. They're so similar. They're so similar in the same, like, in a lot of the dramatic flair, but they have totally different tonal, like, story beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are gonna they're gonna really, like, re-look at Nier Gestalt and Nier Replicant in a new way. It's gonna be very rewarding for all the people who have played it before and are like, this is a great game, and everyone's like, I don't know, is it? Yes, it's really good. It's fantastic. Okay, but I don't trust you enough to play this weirdo-looking game.
Yeah, at the very least, if I get stuck or something, I can... there are so many people on Twitter now that can just be like, well, I've played Nier Gestalt 17 times, so I can tell you exactly where all this stuff is, you know, like, I'm...
Yeah, well, there's that, but there's also... Nier Automata does a much better job of helping players understand the quirky game mechanics than Nier Gestalt did. Which is going to make going from the newer game to the older game so much easier for people.
Yeah, I hope that they have... I hope that they've learned a good amount of stuff from Nier Automata and also, like, grow off of that, too. Like, I hope I hope that it is not stagnant. But the good news is that I saw... So, the team that is working on this, it's a smaller team. I gotta remember exactly who it is. It's like
Silicon Knights, they're back, baby!
No.
Two Human 3.
Finally. Dennis Dyack, baby. He's back.
He's back.
Legacy of Kain!
Let me see who exactly is listed as the...
Hey, Legacy of Kain's voice acting is superb, and kind of would match that Nier Automata style.
Do you mean genuinely superb or like superb?
No, it's really good. Like throughout the entire series, that's the only thing that's like consistent when the game mechanics and the level of quality aren't. Just getting to listen to those voice acting in PlayStation 1 era. It's really good.
Yeah, because I hear somebody say acting in a PlayStation 1 game is good, and I think, oh, it's good, not it's good.
No,
it's like
gothic opening, tragedy and drama. It's awesome.
It's not like FMV opening of Resident Evil good. It's like real good, like genuine.
Yeah. No, it was delightful watching these long plays. That's why it was so good. Anyway, did you find it?
It's Toy Logic are the people that are making it, which they made. They've made some good stuff, but also on top of it, though, the producer and like combat designer of Nier Automata, who I forget his name, but it's like the guy who like made Astral Chain for Platinum. He's still working on this, so I feel like they will have people that worked on Automata that will work on this, and they will like build off of that. I really hope so. Yeah, we'll see.
That combat could get a nice little polish on it. That would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, flag the goddamn fishing minigame just a little bit better so that people don't get lost.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will fix a lot of the problems.
Yep. That's the only thing that ever killed it, was just there's these little things that people got frustrated with way too quickly because they didn't know what was coming, right? Mm-hmm. Now that people are going to go into this knowing kind of what to expect and how to read these games, it's going to be magical for a lot of folks.
Then they're just going to remake Drakengard 3 and everyone's going to have to deal with that.
Is Drakengard 3
slippery slope.
The one where the dragon pisses? Is that the one? Yeah. I remember you playing that and like commentating to me as the dragon was pissing. And
the dragon pisses multiple times in that game. Yeah. Everyone in that game is constantly fucking. Like, it's a lot, but it's also an allegory for 9/11, much like a lot of the things that Yoko Taro made, because he thought that the way that America reacted to 9/11 was revolting, and I mean, I agree, but that dude's off the shits.
Yeah, that's not exactly like the hottest take ever, that the reaction to 9/11 wasn't super great, but
he does a better job with it. He does a better job with it. There's a really good interview that he gave when Drakengard 3 came out, where he just talked through a little puppet on his hand that was just him like explaining how he felt while making Drakengard 3 and how like the world scared him and all that, and it's really good. He's a really smart dude. He is also just...
He is a very good writer.
He's also just completely off the shits.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Shit Square Enix. Yeah. Shit Square Enix.
For everything I might say about his games, like his writing and his creativity are not things I would question, so...
Absolutely.
He is, to me, the inverse of Hideo Kojima in a lot of ways.
Yeah. All right. I question your creativity, I question your integrity, but I want to play your games for those nice stealth loops.
Yeah. As opposed to, you are a good writer, I would just like to never touch your games. So...
Yeah, Niall, you would break a copy of Drakengard 3 in half. That game runs at like 3 frames per second.
Yeah, well, like the biggest problem I had with Nier was that it ran so poorly for me, and I am somebody who gets headaches when like games run at like really inconsistent frame rates. So I could not look at Nier Automata for longer than about 15 minutes without getting a splitting headache and needing to lie down. So
yeah, so that is like... Yeah, like Drakengard 3 is like one of the most broken games in the world.
Yeah,
it's fucked up. All right, so are there any other like games or anything else that y'all want to talk about before I just do the last 2 bits of news and then we can go to questions?
Go for it. I'm ready. I want to hear about civil court cases.
Yeah, so okay, we could talk about the court case. So Call of Duty and Activision won a court case recently against the AM General company that created the Humvee. So they sued Activision back in 2017 when the Modern Warfare remake came out, because it had Humvees in it. And
Okay, what?
So
Yeah.
Activision did not explicitly license the visage of the Humvee for their game.
Mm-hmm.
But
it has a very specific shape to it.
Yes.
I could see, yeah.
Yeah, so it does not say Humvee on the car from what I have seen. It's just, it is the shape of a Humvee. It is used like a Humvee would use. It is a representation of the vehicle. But
yeah, which a Humvee, that's just like, that's HMV. It stands for huge ass motor vehicle or something.
Sure.
Like it's kind of a general car or a specific utility vehicle.
Yes. Yeah. So this was brought to court because, again, they did not specifically license it. And Judge George B. Daniels of U.S. District Court in the Southern District of New York ruled that Activision can use the Humvee because it was used as an for artistic license, and it presents militaries in a specific way that here, I'll just read exactly what he wrote here.
Please.
The defendant's use of Humvees in Call of Duty games has artistic relevance, featuring actual vehicles used by military operations around the world in video games about simulated modern warfare surely evokes a sense of realism and lifelikeness to the player. So, he said, any reasonable juror would conclude that the presence of Humvees in Call of Duty games possesses an artistic value that is at least above 0. And then they also ran it through some...
Oh, the bar's really high then, huh?
Well,
above 0.
They also ran some other legal tests, like brand confusion and bad faith. So all of that was just given to Activision. It was all cleared.
Shit.
I know what you're thinking. Why are we talking about Activision winning a court case? Don't they suck ass? Well, yes.
John, you don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking what we have now full rights to put Nerf guns in games and have like little bullets pop out that have darts that just lay on the ground when you shoot them.
In a sense.
Nerf fight.
In a sense, yes. Patch. Yes, you're absolutely right. Because this court case can now be used... I mean, this wasn't brought to the Supreme Court, so it's not, like, fully set in stone. But this case can be used as precedent to show that using something for artistic license in a video game to present some form of realism to the person playing the game and to, like, present a concept, you can use that without licensing. So, for example, in Wii Fit, they had to license the hula hoop from I think Hasbro or whoever owns the hula hoop license. Because they used hula hoops in that game. But now, if they just wanted to use a standard, ring exercise device that you swing around on your hips, they could do that without having to license a hula hoop.
Right.
Like you just said, like there could be a gun that looks like a Nerf gun that is like orange and blue and all that has little foam pellets that are shot out of it, and you wouldn't have to license as long as it didn't say Nerf on the side. It's still okay. So this sets a precedent for other companies to use things that are reminiscent of or are, hell, even absolutely that thing, and as long as it's not explicitly naming it and isn't, in bad faith or doing some other brand confusion, this is a good thing for game developers, I feel like, overall. And it might be a little muddy. Again, this might get brought up to the Supreme Court and maybe it'll get thrown out. But for now, the judge said that Activision won and that they can use the Humvee concept in Call of Duty without any kind of licensing issues, as long as they are not explicitly saying, hey, this is a Humvee, this is this brand's car.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other specific things that could... Everything I'm thinking are just like Hasbro toys, because they're the only toy company left.
Yeah, I guess so.
Can't think of any, like... What's like a really notable licensed shape of something that I gotta get that asset in my video game?
I mean, I guess it would be like if there was a scene in a game where someone was using a search engine and it looked exactly like Google, but it didn't have the Google logo on it, then Google probably couldn't sue for that now. I'm guessing something like that.
Yeah.
That's also a specific, like, there's only one Google. I mean, there's other search engines, but, like, there's only one that looks like... There can be no brand confusion in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is that, like, this precedence would allow to... again, we can talk about and mention how awful the monopolization of different things are, where, like, if you want to talk about a gun that shoots little foam darts, it's Nerf or nothing, but but at the same time, if this is a win for artistic reasons, not for competition and monopolization.
Right.
Those are two separate things, and I am absolutely going to argue that the monopolization is bad. But I am going to say that that being able to present our world the way that it is in an artistic work is good. So that is what I think my argument is that this court case is good. I hope there's court cases soon that say this monopolization is bad, because it's very bad.
Oh, Legos.
Yeah, Lego.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, you could have a scene of somebody using snapped together building blocks, and Lego probably couldn't sue for that. Yeah,
I feel like you could do that before, because you could like argue they were Playmobiles or something. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah.
Well, of
Make
course.
those studs real big.
I mean, you could argue that those Humvees weren't Humvees.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Amazing. Thanks, Activision. This is the only time you're going to hear this year, so savor it.
I'll get in front of you and say if they announce a new Spyro game, I will say that again.
Thanks, Activision. Please
announce a Spyro game, and then we'll be good. Now
time to make a video game, Activision.
Come on, chop. Last bit of news, real quick. I guess the coronavirus update is that Sony has delayed The Last of Us Part 2 and Iron Man VR until further notice. Last of Us Part 2 was going to be May 29th, and Iron Man VR was May 15th. They don't have a release date now. They are just gonna come out when they come out.
Yeah.
Oh.
You knew it was coming.
Sure.
Yeah. But this doesn't sound like when someone says I'm going to delay my release indefinitely, that's usually really scary. Yeah. And this is not like that, though.
No. And this
is more just they don't have a date. They can't put a date on a calendar to say, all right, the production of the copies of the game physically are finished and we can ship them now.
Yeah, because, Last of Us 2 would be going gold around now, right? Like, so... Because that was due out in like a month, so yeah, it would be going gold and would be going to press, so obviously there just is no way for them to know when they're going to get these things pressed, and, they don't want it to be digital only, so...
Of course. Yeah. No, absolutely not.
It does make me wonder, like, what it's going to take, or like, if there is any companies out there who would take the risk on just going... digital only with a big release, although there really isn't that many more big releases in the next couple months. There's like Tsushima, and that's kind of it until August, September. So the summer was already slated to be pretty quiet, so I don't know.
This also backs everything up into the same like fourth quarter quadrant of 2020.
Yeah,
and so maybe that might be pressure of why they're saying like indefinitely, because oh no, all these other games are going to come out at the same time, and we might need to go into 2021 or something
and
like that.
with 2 new consoles coming out at the end of the year as well. Like,
oh Lord,
you already have games like Cyberpunk that were pushed back right up against the presumable release window for those 2 consoles, and now you've got Last of Us and probably Ghost of Tsushima as well are going to get pushed back, and probably more stuff. So,
So the press release that they put out for Last of Us and for Avengers seemed kind of bleak. It really felt kind of bleak, but I'm not sure if it will be actually, because they're done with creation of the game, and there's been a lot of talk about companies around here being pressured to like stay open, pay your employees, and work remotely. So there might be a lot of wiggle room for production to continue on these projects in ways that are very creative. Like, they're like, all right, well, we can't put these games out, but like we could start working on some DLC. We could start spinning out into getting these built out for the newer consoles.
Do some bug fixing.
There might be room for, I mean, there might actually be a lot of room for some interesting stuff to come out so that when it does release, they'll have something else to add with it.
Yeah.
That's a little speculative, but like that's kind of where businesses are at right now.
Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange times. I think.
Yeah.
A lot of things are going to get delayed. Like, I'm honestly really shocked that Final Fantasy VII is releasing when it is. Like.
Yeah, they got lucky.
Well, it went gold like in January, I think I remember reading, so...
I mean, yeah, but like with the printing and stuff, like it really seems like the reason why this is getting delayed isn't because the game isn't done, it is just because they can't print the CDs.
Yeah,
yeah, it's weird. It's a bunch of companies can't produce, but they can create and are incentivized to in a lot of ways.
Yeah. But again, Final Fantasy would have gone to print before the coronavirus really started, blowing up. Because I feel like there was shots of like Korean copies of that thing like getting out there in like February, right? Like end of February. So
maybe
it's been in production or physical production long enough that it seems like they just about squeezed it in. I feel like if they delayed it anymore, that people would not be happy right now. But
yeah, it would have been bad.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a thing I think everybody knew was going to happen at some point to some games. We just didn't know when, and now it's happening. So it's going to be a weird year for releases, I think.
It's going to be a weird year. Period.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that should do it for the show. Other than the asks, so let's move on to that, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to send in a question, it's videogamecheatchoo.tumblr.com/ask. You'll sound like these folks right here. Rose sent in a question. She's not on this week, but she just sent in a question. Also, it was her birthday a couple of days ago, so happy birthday, Rose.
Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Rose.
Have you ever felt like a game didn't have enough music for how long it was? Most JRPGs are famous for late-game bangers, but I recently played Trails in the Sky First Chapter, and there are maybe 5 songs total in the game, and it drives me crazy. It makes me lose my mind. Every Dragon Quest game?
Uh-huh.
That's an easy answer, but yeah, absolutely Dragon Quest. Those games have like 5 songs.
And one of them are good.
They are really good, and honestly, you don't really notice it because, I'll play a little bit of Dragon Quest XI here and there, and I'm just like, God, these songs are so good. I don't even notice that they're just like the same 3 or 4 of them repeated over and over again. I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I keep wanting to hear that. Sure.
Oh, I notice it every time. Just going from turning the game on and being like, "Yep, there's that song," and then going into like the main menu where it does the like cheesy little elevator music song, and I'm like, oh yeah, right. They have other music in this game too, other than the one song. And then you go into the game, and then you go into battles. You're like, yep, there's the battle song. It's the same in every battle.
Yeah, I feel like even though the music is really good, there's only so many times I could hear the same, like, 3 or 4 songs in Persona 5 when I played it over and over again.
Yeah. I never got bored with the battle theme, but...
No, I didn't either, but I would have
yeah.
liked a little bit more variety, or just a few more songs to break it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, get into that AI the Somnium Files, because every song is a banger in that game.
Yeah, I need to get into that. I bought it, I just haven't played it yet.
It's unreal how many moods they produce in that game, with like 40 songs that are just like, oh, hey, this song. Oh, right, this song. Oh, hey, this character's motif. And it's, I can't get enough of it. There's those games that, you pull up the YouTube video and you're like, full OST, let's go. Give me that 4-hour video.
All right. Let's see here. We got a lot of questions about Resident Evil this week, which is especially funny because we barely got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Now's your chance.
We did watch all the Resident Evils, though, in the last couple of weeks.
We did. I think...
What?
Yeah. In our staff Discord, I have been airing the Resident Evil movie franchise for everybody. You missed...
How's Miss Jovovich?
Good. I mean, the whole...
I'm sure she's fine now.
The first 5 of those 6 movies are all incredible, and then the 6th one is like...
There's 6?
Yeah, the 6th one is really bad because it takes itself seriously and the others don't.
And it's shot like...
Yeah, it's like... If you've ever seen the Bourne Ultimatum, where the fight scenes are like super shaky cam and like a million cuts, it's like that for the entire movie,
nice.
So you can't tell anything that's going on. But the 5th one of those movies, Resident Evil Retribution, is the greatest 90 minutes in cinema history, I think. Spectacular.
Absolutely.
So good.
Absolutely.
I've got to catch up now. I mean, now that all of this has gone down, I have so much time for movies.
You should watch that series.
I got caught up on... I watched Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story.
Great.
I watched Blazing Saddles. Mm-hmm. And I think after those comedies, I think another one would do perfect. So Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, you don't need to have seen any of the other ones, honestly. You could just start with...
Dive in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because really that is like the perfect movie, so...
Is that the one where they dodge the lasers and they have to
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
And also I think the 4th one and the 6th one.
And the 3rd one. They do that sequence a lot, but the one everyone knows is from the first one.
It's a good-ass sequence, so I don't blame them.
It's so good they put it in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. The fifth movie is the one where they just bring back all the dead characters. So
Oh, perfect.
it's like, oh, here's Michelle Rodriguez again, even though she died in the first one. And there's 2 of her now.
Fucking yes. Okay, great.
So here we go. The Resident Evil questions here.
Okay.
These are mostly about remakes. This is less about RE3, more about remaking stuff. So someone asked, how do you think Capcom will approach remaking Code Veronica? And then someone else asked, how will we ever get a remake of Resident Evil 0? So you can tackle these one at a time. How do you think Capcom will approach remaking Code Veronica? They're saying this will happen. I mean, I don't know, maybe they will, but let's just say they are. How would that work?
It's been so long since I've played Code Veronica. I feel like they need to maybe break from the current formula a little bit. I think they'll keep the, over the shoulder sort of thing that they've been doing, but I think they'll maybe keep it a little bit slower, and maybe not go full on like, stalker enemy chasing you around the entire time. I don't remember most of what happens in Veronica, honestly, so it's like hard for me to think out the individual story beats of it, but like I think the way Capcom is going, it feels like they're probably going to keep maybe along the same lines of recent remakes, I would think. As far as Zero goes, I feel like they're not going to remake it because they already kind of did the HD version of it. So
yeah, I mean, I would love for them to do more. And I sound like a fucking freak saying this, but yeah, like I would love for them to do more remake stuff. Like my fucked up thought was I would love for them to remake Resident Evil 1. I would love for them to do the third person style like the 2 and 3 remakes are for Resident Evil 1. I would actually really like that. I know that a lot of people love that initial remake, and I think that should continue to exist in perpetuity. But I would also just love like an alternative, another way to play that game.
Sure,
I think they should do that. Yeah, I agree with you though. I think just do what they're doing and transplant that onto Code Veronica.
And
then this person asking if they would do that to Zero. I mean, potentially, if they feel like they're going to keep remaking these games, if they want them to upgrade these games to like the third-person model or even a first-person model or whatever, that's like, because that's the thing is that for Code Veronica and Zero, well, actually, have they been porting Code Veronica up? Because they've been porting Zero up.
You can get Code Veronica on PSN, but I don't think it's an HD port. I think it's just the downloadable version of Code Veronica X. I think. I haven't touched it, so I don't know for sure, but I don't believe it's HD.
Because that's the whole thing, is that the reason why they're doing this is just so they can keep porting these to new consoles.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if they don't have an updated, easy-to-port version of it, then they'll remake Code Veronica, but they have a port of Zero that works already.
Yes.
They have one in the RE engine that they can just keep porting up. Or it's not the RE engine, it's the, like, whatever engine, that, like, MT Frameworks thing.
Yeah.
So they can just keep porting that up. That's why they did 2 and 3.
Yeah, and that up-res of Zero looks good, and that up-res of the original remake looks good still. So, like, I don't feel they need to remake those, and those are also available on PS4 as is, right? So
yeah, it's just kind of up to if they want to keep porting that stuff up. That's kind of it.
I'm really excited that this is the question we're getting, is what I'm reading from this is nobody's saying, hey, when's Resident Evil 4? People are reacting to how quickly Resident Evil 3 got made, and because it's like, whoa, we just got done with Resident Evil 2 remake, 3's already done, let's go for broke.
I mean, they've said in interviews that they are working on 3 like at the same time as 2. So it's actually been in development longer than the 2 remake was.
Yeah, it was another team.
And so now that we know, like, hey, this workflow actually works really well for doing a lot of different Resident Evil games, why don't we do more for, some of the spin-off games? I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't touch 4. Don't fucking touch. Do not touch.
Yeah.
It's perfect. That game is perfect. Don't touch it.
I would also be cautious of overdoing it, I think, with Resident Evil. I feel like it needs, like, the next game after this 3 that just came out, whether that be 8 or something else, I feel like they need to do something to take it in a new direction, because now the last 3 games have all been, here's a game about being stalked by a big angry dude or whatever who you can't kill.
Yeah.
I feel like they need, like, 7 was a really good spin on Resident Evil, and I would like them to go back to that, just take out the stalker enemy, because I feel like they're getting close now to, okay, like, you're overdoing it. Like, I don't want them to wind up like Assassin's Creed,
Well, that's why Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica specifically are kind of safe middle grounds to, like, hey, we want more games like this. We actually really like this. Don't touch 4 yet. But here's some safe alternatives that we would love to help you print money.
Sure.
Capcom, please let us pay you.
I would just like 8, and I would like it to be a first-person new thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm never going to play any of these games. I'm scared. No, little baby.
I am also a scaredy pants, and I still enjoy Resident Evil. So, Solon, I think I say this to everybody. I think everyone ever should play Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is fucking astounding, and it's more an action movie than a horror thing.
I would...
there's body horror stuff, but it's not like it's not scary. It's more an action thing.
Yeah, I would definitely say like 4 through like 6 are less traditional horror and more just like kind of dumb action stuff in a lot of ways, with like horror theming around the edge, but they're not scary, tense like survival horror games. So
okay, one last Resident Evil question. Who wins in a fight between Mr. X and Nemesis? Keep in mind, Nemesis can use weapons, but Mr. X has a hat and loafers.
I feel like it's a time limit draw.
You think so?
Wow.
Yeah. I think it goes to the judges.
Hell no. I think Nemesis is gonna whip Mr. X real bad. I've seen Nemesis. I've seen how he stalks. He's also got the G Fuel sponsorship.
That's true.
He's got cash money.
That's true.
That is true, yeah.
Dude's loaded. He's got that new tea.
Yeah. I did email G Fuel to sample the tea, and they never responded, so their loss.
Bless your heart, John.
I wanted to try the fucking tea. I wanted to try it. They based it on our fucking podcast. They heard me call him "That's the tea, sis," and they made the tea. And now they're not going to send it to me? That's fucking... That is society. That is society. I'm going to turn into the Joker because of this. That's what fucking happened.
Okay, George. Settle down.
No.
Who wins in the fight?
It's gotta be Nemesis. Nemesis has appeared in more stuff. He was in the movie, and he looked like shit.
Yeah.
He's been in 2 fighting games. Nemesis knows how to fight. Even if it was just hand-to-hand combat, Nemesis has the upper hand, because he's fought Ryu.
That's true. Nemesis has mastered the Satsui no Hado, so...
That, exactly. Nemesis can do a Hadoken. Mr. X can't do that.
No. You can't rely on the X Factor all the time, you know?
He was in Infinite. Infinite doesn't have X Factor, so... There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Anonymous asks, people always talk bad about Flood in Mario Sunshine, even though the backpack's the best part of the game, allowing you to recoup from failed jumps and generally expanding your moveset. Why do people hate Flood so much?
Oh, I think it's like more a symptom of they just hate the game in general.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, Flood wasn't a bad idea. I think it's cute that they based a game around an item like that. Like, I feel like Mario Odyssey is Mario Sunshine good. Like, they took an item, they took a concept like that and put it on top of the Mario 3D concept. And I really appreciate what they try to do with Flood. And I think when Flood works, Flood is really fun. It's just the actual level design of Mario Sunshine and the mission structure is bad. That's the problem.
Flood's so nice.
Flood is nice. That's what I'm saying. Flood's fine.
Yeah.
It's not
Flood's friend.
It's not Flood's fault.
I love how this question is worded too, because yes, Flood only helps you. Flood only reinvents how you understand Mario to very like basic levels. In Mario Sunshine, you don't get like a bunch of specific power-ups that are like, changing your entire costume and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's just Flood. Flood gets upgrades. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Otherwise, you are a normal-ass Mario trying to do normal-ass Mario things, but because of Flood, you can do so much more in the world, and you can help clean the world up.
Yeah.
I think it really comes down to the Clippy effect. I think people just hate getting told what to do so much.
Yeah. I can see that. Shame.
Flood is kind of chatty sometimes when...
Mario.
Maybe when he doesn't need to be.
Mario.
Oh, he's so cute, though.
A water. You need to use a water, Mario. Mario. Please
don't fill me with G Fuel, Mario.
Mario. gotta ask the last question, or else I'm just gonna keep going. Mario, like I'm just gonna keep making noises. I gotta stop. Okay, last question. This is also kind of a Resident Evil question, but that's okay. Again, if you send in a question, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. And Harlequin Wheels, who again, I'm just gonna shout out one more time, because we posted the last episode of Spyro, the Let's Play, and Wheels edited every episode of that, and he did such a good job. So thank you so much, Wheels. Thank you. Harlequin Wheel sends in a question and says, which non-horror game would benefit most from having a constant, unkillable enemy following you around? A non-horror game with a stalker.
Oh, Mario. Absolutely. Like a Mario Sunshine kind of thing. Because in Mario Sunshine, you're always chasing your clone or baby Bowser or whatever it was around.
No, hang on. Because they did that. They put that was in Galaxy, and I think also like the Mario 3D games, like 3D Land and World. They had the Shadow Mario chasing after you.
Oh,
right. Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, and I guess Booze, too.
I mean, well...
Kinda in the same idea.
Kinda. I mean, you can just...
It's a non-horror game where that horror element comes from the same idea, where it's just constantly looming and unkillable.
Guess so.
Following you.
I guess so. I feel like Shadow Mario counts more, but sure.
Yes, definitely.
Let me think. I mean, Yakuza did it.
Yeah, I was going to say Yakuza, and then I remembered Mr. Shakedown and how much I hated him, so... I
mean, Mr. Shakedown and also Majima Everywhere.
That's right,
I was more thinking that, yeah.
There's the ever-present enemy of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle in the Chow Garden. It's the constantly looming, unkillable enemy that is time.
Taking a peek at my games.
It will take all of your Chow eventually. Yeah. If it hasn't already.
You know,
What if in the Final Fantasy VII remake, like the second or third part, they made Ruby Weapon into a stalker enemy? Just to completely ruin the game.
Like it's a world event that just stalks you on the world map?
It's just following you everywhere. It just shows up sometimes. The best you can do is just like get away from it.
Yeah, what if it like is following you like a puppy dog that like, hey, I'm an unkillable boss, you can't touch me, and it just, instead of like touching you, it just stops right behind you every time. Hey, when you're ready, you know.
What do you want? Okay,
ooh, that is kind of scary.
I mean, it's not a horror game, but how about Doom? What if there was just an enemy that you had to fight every once in a while that you couldn't kill, that you just straight up had to, like, evade, and you had to, like, deal with it during combat scenarios, and then you had to escape the room or something. And then at the end of the game, you're finally strong enough that you actually get to kill it. I think that would be pretty cool in the context of Doom.
That could work, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that would help get a lot of, like, let's say it's a big, what's a cacodemon, like, big orb that just follows you.
I was more thinking
that
like
would actually...
like a fucking Hell Knight or something like that. One of those big guys, yeah.
Oh, sure. Same concept, just like something big that follows you. That would actually get a lot of usage out of your movement tools, especially vertical ones that you could, try to find a way to get up and then jump over your whatever's following you. I think there'd be a lot of cool things you could do with that.
Yeah.
Keep that set piece short, though, because or else people get pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like...
Why can't I kill it with my gun?
I feel like you gotta do enough jumping over stuff, enemies, like with the pinkies in that game, that maybe you don't want another enemy you gotta jump over. God, those fucking pinkies are... Ugh. Bastards.
Yeah.
I'm glad they thought of it before me.
Yeah. Alright, is that all that we want to have for that one?
I think so.
Okay. Well, then that should do it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for...
Was this a good podcast?
Yeah, it was. I think it was.
Oh, good.
Good job.
Hey, good job, listeners. We did a good job today. John's happy.
I am. I'm very happy with how everything came together. Folks, thank you for listening. Of course, check us out on Twitter at VGChoochoo. That's what it is, right?
Yes.
At VGCC.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Sure. No, I think that's right.
Yes. We got our Tumblr, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com. We have our Facebook, just search Video Game Choo Choo. Our YouTube is youtube.com/ it's just VG Choo Choo. Is it Video Game Choo Choo? I think it's VG Choo Choo. You know, just type in Video Game Choo Choo. It's fine. If Scott gets pissed at me, then he can send me
Scott's gonna get pissed at you.
He can send me a firmly worded letter, and I'll look at it and I'll say, fair enough.
Yep.
You can type in Video Game Choo Choo on YouTube and find that, absolutely. We have our Patreon, patreon.com/VGCC. If you just give us $3 a month, $3 a month, that's not even $1 a week. That's crazy. You get...
No, keep that other dollar at the end of the week.
Yeah, you can keep that last dollar. We're giving you a week free. Think about it that way. We're giving you a week free every month. You get to access our brand new videos a whole week early, and our podcast when we do those. Right now we have Sekiro, because the Spiral Let's Play is over. We're going to be making a new Let's Play soon, Rose and I. We're going to figure that out. We'll figure that out soon. But for now, it's the Sekiro Let's Play that you, Solon, and Scott are doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just put up an episode on Patreon. It's actually an unfinished episode. So you get...
Hey, yeah, it's... Okay, it's a little unfinished. It's a little rough.
It's a rough cut. It's a rough cut. So if you want to see a rough cut of the episode, you can do that by subscribing to the Patreon. You might think,
hey, that episode's like 90% done. I swear to God, it's great. It's actually a really good episode.
I mean, you might be asking me, John, why do we want to pay to watch something that's unfinished? Well, guess what? Because it's cool. Because it's exclusive. You want to get in the exclusive club. You want to watch that early. Of course, it also helps us out, because we can use that money to do nice things for the site. Because, look, I'm just going to say, because we're like done acclimating the new hires, we got to figure out hiring somebody to patch up the site. So if you're listening and you know somebody, or you are someone who does web design, John at videogamechoochoo.com. Email me, please. We can talk. All right, let's talk. I want to get the site nice and pretty real soon. And also again, but that money goes directly to that, and also buying us games. Like Scott wouldn't have been able to do the Neo 2 stream without that. We're probably going to be paying for other games in the future for stuff. You know, like the more money that we get, the more stuff we're able to do for the site. So you know, just help us out however you can. But also, we know that shit's tight right now. We get it. That's why it's a week early. That's it. You just gotta wait a week if you're not able to do it. Also, thank you to Melt Channel / Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off the album Magic is Real. You can listen to more Melt Channel at meltchannel.bandcamp.com, or their new music on Spotify. Just type in Magic Circuit. They got new music, like, right now. It's really good. You should check it out. They make really, really good tunes. And also hang out with us on our Discord server, the GameZone.zone. Type that into your web browser and it'll bring you straight there. It's a good place to hang out, you know, if you're feeling lonely, if it's a little hard being all cooped up inside, we are here for you. We will play some 100% orange juice with you. I promise. There is someone in there that will play 100% orange juice anytime you want.
Yeah, we did a stream of that. I think it should be going up soon, right? The VOD for it.
Yeah.
And that stream got a little wild at parts. Largely thanks to Solon, actually.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Just causing chaos with Marie Popo.
I rolled the dice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You played some cards, really, is what you did.
Oh, I played some cards. I fought some people. I almost killed Skull. And then I killed Skull.
Yeah, you sure did. And that should do it. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. Both of you, do you want to plug your stuff real quick? Solon, how about you go first? Plug your stuff.
Hey, yeah. Y'all know, go to twitch.tv/SolonFace. That's the place where we make a lot of messes. It's been getting weird around there because I'm all cooped up and all I've got is OBS to play with. Also, I'm probably in like an hour just going to go and make those rhythm game levels for AEW theme songs now because that sounds incredible.
Sure. Niall, how about you?
You can go to your favorite podcast app, the one that you're listening to this on, and you can search for Borat Club, where I watch the movie Borat with Ryan, who used to work on the site, every week, and we talk about it. And, we're slowly but surely transitioning into being a podcast about the Resident Evil movies, so you can hear us just talk about those most of the time. We're also on Twitter at Borat Club, so yeah.
Okay. I'm on Twitter at JOHN_MICHONSKI. You can see me talk about cuss words mostly. That's usually just what I post. It's bad.
What's your favorite cuss word this week? What's the cuss word of the week?
Cuss word of the week. It's gotta be pissed. We talked about it earlier. Yeah, like just 2 hours ago, we were talking about pissed. So yeah, pissed. That's the cuss word of the week, is pissed. So we're all a little pissed lately. There you go. Alright, so that's do it. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. So long.
Stay safe.